What age did it start?
When we're talking about guns, like 16, it was at that point in time I used to roll with my son every day. I used to roll with my thing every day. And I was young, like I was hot. Police's most wanted. You know the thing about it, if you was around me, you was doing the most, because if you weren't, you can't be around me. We didn't think it was safe for us to walk around the streets without a knife, because man, you get punched up. I've lost family, I've lost a whole heap of friends, and I've lost my own flesh and blood. I'll be honest, for me, we got drawn into it, fam.
All the stuff that you've done in your past, do you have regret for any of it right now? How was it like growing up?
Do you know what? I'm gonna say fun. As kids anyway, like we used to play this and that, run around. I'm from a house of, like there's 4 of us, 4 brothers. So we're just play fighting all day, every day. You know what I'm trying to say? And then we're in the little grove that we used to live in. There was next door couple boys, like there's beer boys, and then we've got boys from everywhere. So we just it was fun. You know, when the 6 weeks holiday, 6 weeks holiday used to be hot for all the holiday, and the holiday was just long. You get what I'm trying to say? That's good. That's growing up. Yeah. Trap at them days, man just used to roam street and ramp. You get what I'm trying to say? We used to go to one place down by Whitton Road called Ronnie's Rollering. And if you're from Brum, you should know about Ronnie's Rollering from back in the day. If you're from old school, you get me? We used to go Ronnie's Rollering, man. Used to skate around and this and that. Like, it's fun. You know what I'm trying to say? It was fun. That was the early days.
How early is that?
Probably from about 8 till teenagers. You get what I'm trying to say? All right, safe. So in terms of, because we had a brief conversation before. So in terms of music, arts and performing, like I got involved in that when I was about 7. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when I was about 7. And that was through dance. So first I used to dance. We had a dance group. My uncle used to train us. So back in the day, before YouTube and all of this and that, artists, they used to do, like, it was about performing. And that's how you became known, through performing. We used to enter competitions, so my uncle was kind of training us, teaching us routines and that. And they used to enter us in competitions, but we was cleaning up. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, we lost one competition, and that was towards the end when I was about 14.
And when you say arts and performance, are you talking dancing or?
No, we was dancing.
Dancing.
So,
were you dancing with a guy called Nines?
Nah. We used to be in a group called Footprints. So I used to be in a group called Footprints. We became big in the city, fam. Them days there, if you know. So if you're
too young still.
Yeah, right. So this is like 80s, from late 80s to the to probably just before the early 90s and that. Early 90s as well, late 80s, early 90s. We used to perform everywhere, and then later on we started rapping. Well, I started rapping, my brother started rapping, so we used to have little lyrics. You get what I'm trying.
What age did he start rapping then?
Probably about 10.
10.
Easy. Before, like, just leaving primary school, going in. By first year secondary school, I was rapping. I was writing bars. Last 2 years of primary school, or last year of primary school, something like that, maybe going into. But therefore, by the time I was going Perry Common, so I went Perry Common in up by King's Standing College or Erdington side.
Okay,
went down there. Used to travel from Aston all the way up there. You know what I'm trying to say? But by the time I was there, I was rapping. You know what I'm saying? I was writing little bars. So, but when we was in Footprints, like, we used to have someone that sat down and wrote bars for us. One family member or something come from America, and he started writing raps with us. So that's probably how I first started getting into actual music and holding mic then. I'm blind a rapper, I'm a mic controller. I'm old school, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hold mic everywhere, whatever I'm doing. Chat to them. I hold mic and I turn it up as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I've been like that from I was young. When we was in Footprints, we performed with Naughty by Nature in 92 when they came to the UK, and they performed at Hummingbird. And then we performed with them again when they came back the year after, 93. Now, the young guys, they ain't gonna know who Naughty by Nature is.
No idea.
I'd say, if you remember the song back in the day, Hip Hop Hooray, ho,
yeah.
That's Naughty by Nature. Them days, massive group, big American artists. Bam, we performed with them when they came over twice. We was young. Like, these are the times when we was like 12, 13. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That was my childhood activity. We performed everywhere, all over the country. No games. Performed on TV. 90210 show. And then we also performed on the Michael Barrymore show, where we was doing dancing on Michael Barrymore show. 90210, we did a bit of rapping and that as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But the group kind of broke up when I was like 13, when I was probably like 12, 13. That's when the group started split up.
What happened at like 13, 14? Because you said it was fun up until that point.
Well, it was still fun, but
well.
things just became a bit more. The fun turned into adolescent behavior. The childhood activity stopped. So I was like, my son does football now. Like you know them childhood activities that you do keep you off the road. That's what helps to keep young people away from the streets. They got something they're doing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That kind of done. So now we're just outside playing. You know what I'm trying to say?
And when you say you're just outside playing, what do you mean by just
Like
outside playing?
first we're playing, but then we're roaming street. Then we start teething cars and this and that. Like do teething cars, street robberies, this and that.
Street robberies?
This is how it starts.
At what age? 13, 14?
About 14. Yeah, easy. There was man younger than me doing that, blood. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? I wasn't even that bad. I was good. But
Do you remember the first thing you done?
probably teeth the car, rob the car.
That's the first thing.
Back then you could get into a car and snap and black box it and that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you know what I mean by snap and black. Like they don't even do snap and black box no more.
I don't even know what that is.
Yo, we used to be able to snap and black box, hot wire. You get what I'm trying to say? One of my brethren taught us how to hot wire car. Man started hot wiring cars and that. Like they were the first little stages.
Go on, paint me a story on that day. You hot wired your first car.
I'll be honest. See, I've only black boxed the car, but I've just gone there. I've just been there. I jump in the car with the man. Maybe I have my little drive and that. You get what I'm saying?
And then what happened to the car?
Obviously, it just either gets taken away or you get chased. Say,
You've been chased before?
Man crash. I've been chased bare times. Like I've gone through a lot. That's the way it started. So there's one time when man teethed the car. Oh, nah, I might have been in the car, you know. I was riding the car still. Man teethed the car. Obviously, the night before. The next morning, man, I've took fast and gone back to the car. We're driving around. Boom! Man crashed. Man done some dickhead business. Whoever's driving crashed. Boom! Everyone's lick up, head up. My eyes bust up. This and that. Right. Next man's nose is bloody and that. So everyone's ran off. But this is like across the road from where we live. Into right by the corner shop. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Right by the corner shop. I've jumped to my bed. I've gone to
I said, don't sleep on it.
I've come through the back. I've done some bad boy business. Jumped to my bed, went like I was still sleeping. The next man's nose is bloody. You know what I'm trying to say? But there's a big commotion, so everyone's come out now. Everybody's parents have come out. What's happening? This man's nose is bloody. They're saying this and that. Everyone's got stories, but yo, there's a big crash. There's a big crash there. I've come to the door like, oh, what's going on? But my eyes big. So I'm going, what's going on? What happened? Yo, it's mad. But yeah, that's the true real life story. That's how it started, fam. You get me? Just doing adolescence. You know what it is? We had too much time then. We had way too much time and no guidance. Did you get up to the say?
Do you feel like your life probably would have went a different path if you had the guidance, mentoring, and basically someone to look up to take you off the street?
Yeah, defo. But do you know what? No, I'm not even gonna say that. Yeah, defo.
Say that.
I was gonna say I'm glad it didn't because it made me the man who I am. But I don't want any young person that's watching this to think, yo, I need to go through that, because the thing is, a lot of us went through it, learnt the science of it, felt the pain, seen what it causes, and became the example. So the ones that are coming up don't have to. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what I tell my youths. That's what I tell all the youths.
Exactly.
In fact, all the youths around me, I met them know, like, we went through this, so you, man, don't have to. Do you know what I'm trying to say? In fact, the fact that we went through this, you think we're ever going to allow you, man, to go through that? Nah, it's not happening. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So...
Let me ask you this. When did the wars begin?
Do you know what? For me, I'll be honest, for me, we got drawn into it, fam. Because we used to get bullied. At one point, we used to get bullied. Like, man, want to try and punch this man up, punch that man up. Like, my little circle, we used to get bullied because of the area we was from, because we was from Aston. Man used to try, you man are Baby Johnsons, or you man are Johnsons and this and that or whatever. It was that kind of thing. But at that point in time, man were just Aston youths. You get what I'm trying to say? Man were raw, just Aston youths. Man were even on that. Like, really? Like, on that, we was still doing our little rude boy thing, and everyone thinks they're, because at that point, the culture became everyone thinks they're a rude boy now. But it was rude boy at them point in time. You'll have a fight, you'll beat man up, you'll this and that. You get what I'm trying to say? It wasn't serious as in man are licking man down or trying to lick man down at that point. You get me?
What age did it start? You got bullied into it, but what age?
I'd say 16? let's start when we're talking about guns, like 16. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
16.
So like, yeah, that's crazy. So give us like the clarity on how exactly you went from small, you could petty stuff, car robberies, to actually being hands-on.
Now, because all right, so if we was just teething and messing around at them days, but obviously there came a point in time, like I said, people we were getting it stuck on us left, right, and centre. You get what I'm trying to say? And we didn't have a big gang of youths. There was a couple of us, and at that point in time, we wasn't a big gang of youths. So, you know, it came to a point where we have to start protecting ourselves. And man just started picking up choppers and this and that and and then it kind of just...
Was it easy to access?
We used to have our kitchen knives. We started with our kitchen knives, with our teeth in our mum's kitchen knives. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's how it started. Mum's talking about, where's my knife? but the thing is, it got to a point where we didn't think it was safe for us to walk around the streets without a knife, because man, you get punched up. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and that's when we was young. And I was speaking to some youths the other day. I had some big zombies on them and that, and we're speaking to them, and they're like, "Yo, what?" That's exactly how they felt. It's not even safe for us to walk around. Do you get what I'm saying? So a lot of youths, not even just me, but a lot of youths are just getting dragged into it because they feel like that. They're being made to feel like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And at the end of the day, it's either you become a victim or you victimize. That's how a lot of these young people feel. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because of the culture that we came up in. So when we was just talking about when you seen the change, when did it change? When things changed from when it started being fun to the culture changed. There was a change in culture. That weren't the culture before then. The culture changed. It went from One Love, Bob Marley, this and that, righteousness to then to rude boys. But then the evolution of rude boys, the following is some gangster shit. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's what happened, and I totally believe it was set by design. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a science to it, and there's people, the powers that be, know the science to it. So they know the science of shaping characters and what you do. What happens if you put a group of people in a certain environment? They know the outcomes because it's been tried and tested from a long time. You know what I'm trying to say? The Nazis tried and tested it in the ghettos, and they always, you know what they always call them? Ghettos. They did it in Portugal and Spain during the Inquisition, and they called the same place ghettos, feeding them with poor environmental factors, and then giving them poor information through culture. You know what I'm saying? Through arts, culture, music, and then the environment added to it. That's what really causes the shift. You know what I'm trying to say?
So what was the worst moment in that time period for you?
It was a long time, you know. Like, it was a long time, fam. It got way more serious after that. So there's a lot. Bro, you know what? I just think the whole experience, it's not even the thing that, when it really is what it is, it's happened, I survived. It wasn't even that. You just go through the motions, you know what I'm trying to say? For me, it's more the whole experience. When you look back now and you look at it, it's like I don't even think about it too much, because it's like...
What kind of experience?
It's kind of depressing, bro, I'll be honest.
I can imagine still.
I mean, that's why we're looking to... Because obviously we have a younger audience who... Obviously, when we have people on like yourself who have been involved in that life and looking for a change, one thing that motivates them to change and not go into that life is someone who's been there to share that experience. So when you say it's depressing,
Yeah, it's a depressing lifestyle, fam. I'll be honest. You can't be like, okay, you get into it, you get into criminal activity, you're going in and out of jail. First and foremost, prison just becomes normality. Like it's a thing. And you know what? It's normal to us, but it's not actually normal. It's not actually normal, because I've had people, professionals that I've worked with and things like that, and they've spoken and had conversations with them, and they've said, like, you do know it's not normal to get stabbed, or it's not normal to go to prison. Like, but for us, it was normal because most of the men that we knew had been to prison. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, like, man have been through loads. So, but at the time, man are just going through it. It is what it is. You know what I'm trying to say? And even when I look back now, it is what it is. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But when you think about the whole experience and then what man have actually been through, not just me, because it's not even about me, it's about what we've all been through. So now I'm talking on a community level. Do you get what I'm trying to say? What we've all been through the shifting culture, which shifted our way of thinking, shifted our mindset, and had us literally killing each other, which has got us killing each other now till this day.
True.
Till this day.
you're saying obviously it's from the programming and everything, but I want to know, when you say it's in the culture and what they're seeing, what is it exactly they're seeing to be like, I have to roll with a knife.
Okay.
I have to say, either make you a victim or I'm going to become a victim.
I'll try and tell it through my own experience.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say when we was talking about earlier when I was younger. Yeah. I was younger. Now, as I'm getting to my teenage years, that's when the big men started to become rude boys. The culture, the music changed from KRS-One and conscious rappers, Public Enemy, this and that, to niggas and bitches, hoes, smoke weed, sell drugs, gang bang, this and that. It changed. Like it changed. Even in the reggae went from reggae to bashment, where it's now gunmanting and slackness. Like there was a culture shift. Yeah. Now, what really kind of changed me or gave me new aspirations, because that's what was going on around me anyway. Yeah. Now, I started to watch and listen to certain type of things. So I started to watch films.
And when you say certain type of things,
films like Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society,
films.
all like the gangster films where
Scarface.
I never even liked Scarface. Mine was more black orientated, gangster, gang banging, man are dying, this and that. No, but it's not really like Scarface, and that weren't my reality, blood.
So anything that kind of reflected your environment and what you was currently in and related to you.
Yeah, but then I started listening to my own music, and and on top of that, I've got like young people can go through that and if they've got staunch people around them, they're not gonna go that way. You know what I'm trying to say? Well, if there's no men around them, where am I gonna learn to be a man? Through these avenues, through the young older youths around me, and these people that I'm seeing in the movies and in the music and this and that, and that's all they talk about. So that's where the mental programming comes in. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And even for a conversation that I was having yesterday, some people didn't get as deep as we got, but they still ended up going jail because they're out here still doing criminal activities. Yeah. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's the culture change where that became the thing to do. If you want to become successful, you got to be this, you got to be that. Like, you know, my aspirations changed. It changed from being a musician to, I want to be a wicked man. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that's probably they were the same age as what happened when you was 13, 14. My aspirations changed.
You mentioned something which is key, and obviously is a massive part of any young man's life. So you mentioned what it means to be a man. And obviously in that same sentence, you didn't mention you had like a father figure.
I didn't. That's the whole point.
And obviously with being a father figure, would you say the people who obviously end up falling are products of their environment are missing that key father figure in their life to guide them.
Most definitely. And
So why are black men just going around and just not looking after their kids?
well, number one, I think that's an old narrative because this generation, like, man, them are here. Well, most of us anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? Most of us are here. I think it's not the same. I think there's more black men now involved with their kids than probably anybody else, like in our generation, and probably going down. But I think it was just, again, programming. Like, I've had conversations with my dad, serious conversations with my dad, and he's made me know, like, bro, do you know how old I was when I had you? When I started having children, when he had his first children, he said he was about 14, 15 or 16, something. He's a child. Like, it's like, so a lot of things were happening in them days. To break down the family structure from our grandparents' age. You know what I'm saying? Because they had from my grandparents and that, they had the family structures. You know what I'm trying to say? Something had to be done. How do we remove the men from these homes? How do we do this? How do we do that? So a lot of things were put in place. You know what I'm trying to say? The welfare system, housing benefits, all these things were put in place because, you know what I'm trying to say? It encouraged this type of lifestyle. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
It encouraged it.
You say this kind of lifestyle.
It shaped it. And that's not talking about the gang lifestyle. But yeah, I was talking about the gang lifestyle, but then I'm talking about fathers not being around.
As in making single mothers normal.
Making single mothers normal and made it not even normal, made it celebrated. You get what I'm trying to say?
You got that narrative of I'm an independent woman, I can do it by myself.
Yeah, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And if you look at the past generation, you know, I said the thing don't work. That's not how the thing set.
So bringing it back to 16, yeah, you said that's when guns started being involved. I seen you speak about you being shot at.
Yeah. That was probably when we were 16. Like, I was 16. My younger brother was like 15. Because that the first time I got shot, I was with my younger brother, and an next brother and 2 females. You know what I'm saying? And we weren't even in that, and then like that, we were children, bro. We were like, I wasn't in smoke then, like, really. But it's like, yo, black youth in an area, sometimes people ain't even looking at who it actually is. They're just seeing, it must be these, man. Ping, 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 ping. You know what I'm saying? Ping, ping, ping. So it's mad. It's mad.
So what, you were just chilling that day?
It was a night, so it's a night time. We're chilling in a car.
Uh-huh.
No, we're standing outside the car. A car's driven to our grove. Everyone knows about the grove. All tight, everybody from the grove, Dovecut crew, you get me? Old school Dovecut crew. All tight, all the Dovecut family, you get me? But yeah, we used to live in the grove. Cars come in the grove. And you see at the bottom of the grove, it's a tight spin. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of them groves where you can spin it and just do it full U. You got to do it and reverse and this and that. Cars come in, done the full spin though. If you're a bad boy driver, or you did the full spin, flew back out. I'm saying, yo, that's the man, you know, because things have already happened. Shots have already been bossed around here once or twice now. You know what I'm trying to say? There's shot after my bridge and one of my older bridges, like 2 days before, first time he's been shot, I got little graze on his chest. You get what I'm trying to say? This is a couple of days after. Yo. And then, so someone said, shut up, man. Whatever. We're still chilling. And there's a fence behind me, a little fence behind me, so I'm leaning on the fence and I've looked back. All I can see is eyes on the floor as well. Lying on the floor, I'm saying, yo, run. So everyone started to run. We're running. There's like a fence that we're trying to get through. You know what I'm trying to say? There's like a gap in the fence, but everyone has to get through the gap in the fence because there were metal fences, but we popped it off so we didn't have to walk all the way around, give ourselves a shortcut. So we popped it off. Bam, man, I'm running through the thing. All you can hear is ping, ping. As I'm running through and I'm escaping through the thing, I'm hearing ping. So my brother got a little graze on his hand or something. Either got a graze on his hand or he cut his hand, one of the two, but it was a graze. You know what I'm saying? And then so we flew through, gone from we got there, we got away. You know what I'm trying to say? But that was the first time. man ever got like shot. You see the tune. It's just a dream, but it seems real. That's based on that, really. Even though the story's different, the story like so.
When did you write that?
I'll wait there. Hold the question.
Go.
So you see when I write stories, like the even like the my 120s are brand new, so people will know that. Twa. Even that story, like what I would do is the scenario is real life shit, but maybe it's things that happened at different times to tell the same story. Because a lot of the time we're doing the same things and it's just a repeated cycle. We do two moves, so this happens. So maybe those things, everything that I spoke about in that tune happened at different points in time. Now the actual dream, that was the real dream, But all the other things that I spoke about, obviously, in the actual song have happened in certain points of time. Does that make sense? Now, that was the actual dream, because like the following day or couple days after that happened, I was sleeping and my next door neighbor's kicking the ball on the fence. This is like early morning now, kicking the ball on the fence. Boom, boom, boom. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And as that's happening, I'm dreaming about what's happened a couple of days before, and I'm hearing boom, boom, boom. I've jumped up, sweating. Literally check myself. Like, it was mad. Looked out the window quick because I'm thinking, like, this is my first reaction. Check myself. Boom. Looked out the window real quick, sweating. It's my man kicking the ball. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's where the actual initial idea of the dream came from. You get me?
Yeah. So in that same song, you said everything that happened in the song basically happened at different points.
Yeah.
So I'm sure in the song you spoke about someone actually being shot.
Someone shot it to my face, point blank, close range.
Yes.
I see a flash, hear a blast, then I wake up in a state sweating. I couldn't believe I was dreaming. It felt surreal. I checked myself to see if I was bleeding. You know what I'm saying? So imagine that's the,
I get it.
That's the same thing. Obviously, boom, man, the dreaming man that got licked over, boom, chopped up. That's what's going on.
I can't lie. The storytelling on that tune was hard.
Oh, you like getting some gems, you know? Trust me. You like getting some gems, trust me.
So how many times did you end up being shot at, like, throughout your whole experience?
I'm not going to be able to count. It doesn't matter.
Well,
we was in gang warfare, fam. I'm getting shot after regular.
I can imagine I was getting shot. I was going to start laughing.
Nah, it's real. We was getting like, there was not like it was but at one stage it was every day. Like
every day.
What stage was that?
Like early stages.
Still 16, 18?
From like say 17. From 17, I probably went to I probably went to jail about 18 months of the wildness anyway, because there was that point in time I used to roll with my son every day. I used to roll with my thing every day, and I was young.
And what was your thing?
There was a couple. You know what I'm trying to say?
What was it? Was it a spinner? What was it? What was it?
There was a couple. Do you know the worst thing? I was the man. Because you know why? Because I used to have my thing every day. Man used to just, you can hold that. Man used to just give me a thing. I need some blood. Man, it's hot right there. Man, just give me my thing. I say, now I'm active. You know what I'm saying? So that was, should I be saying this? Right, so obviously, but then, so it was only 18 months. Then I got caught with firearms. You know what I'm trying to say? Got caught with a firearm.
That's the first time you went to prison?
First time I went to prison. Not the first time I got arrested, but that was the first time I went to prison.
And how long was you looking with that charge?
That was my first jail sentence. I got like 6 years, and then I did 3 and something. 3 years something.
Yeah, because
not too far off 4 years.
I heard you say back in them days you lot had to do like 3/4 of the sentence instead of half.
Yeah,
that's mad.
But and even them days, firearms was like 2.5 years. So to be fair, I only got 2.5 years for the firearms.
Wasn't it? What about the bullets? Isn't that actually a bullet?
Yeah, but I think that ran like concurrent. But I got found with class A's on me as well. It was a good amount. So
was that how you're making your money as well?
So
I don't know.
single cell.
I got caught with class A's, you know what I'm trying to say, at that point in time.
No.
But that was like 2000. That was like 2001.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So by then, we was already wilding. Like, so remember I told you, I watched Minister Society when I was about 14, 15, yeah? Old Dog was the first person I aspired to be like. You know what I'm trying to say? By the time I was 17, 18, I was living that life. That's how powerful that shit can be. You know what I'm trying to say? But I was fully living it, fully as well, fully. You know what I'm trying to say? Fully. Boom, boom, everything.
Let me ask you this. Who's Silk?
Do you know? It's my
Nah.
cousin. So I did. You don't know?
I don't know.
My cousin still.
Because
He-
I was on your freestyle and people were saying R.I.P. Silk.
Yeah. My cousin still. He got shot in the back of his neck. But I was with him. I was with him. So that's how serious it can get. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I've lost family. I've lost a whole heap of friends, and I've lost my own flesh and blood. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So shit's serious. We really do know. We really do know the impacts of this lifestyle. Like, it's not a game. And there's even a lot of people sitting in jail and we don't know when they're coming home. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, we literally don't even know when they're coming home. They probably don't even know when they're coming home. You get me? So, man can laugh and joke and this and that, but yo, that's the reality of that life. That's the reality of doing all that, of trying to do the bad boy thing.
What age was that? What age did he pass away? What age was you? What age was he?
Don't remember. It was like 2009 or 2008. I don't remember how old I was. Probably in my late 20s, early 30s.
Was that before the freestyle?
No, it was late 20s.
Was that before the freestyle or?
Which one before the dream?
Yeah.
Yeah, way before the dream.
Way before the dream.
I mean, yeah. How did it make you feel to lose Silk? Because even looking at you right now, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously it's like losing your people, and it's mad. It's mad.
I heard you speak about how your auntie didn't speak to you.
Yeah, but she does now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's always, that's always the case. There's always like that's always the case. Like, and do you know what the worstest thing about it? It's like, it's real, fam. Anyway, it's always like, she had reasons because I wouldn't speak to the police, and she's a law-abiding citizen, Christian woman, proper like that. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're not part of this lifestyle, then that's what you should be thinking. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If you're not part of this lifestyle, that's what you should be thinking. You should be thinking, why? Like, it's my family. Why won't is what you call it? So obviously, there's a lot of things that come with it. You get what I'm trying to say? Come with losing loved ones and things like that, especially to the lifestyle. You get me? Because at the end of the day, they're around us. They're around us, even if it's a friend, because it's happened with friends, the same thing. But they're around us, and we're all living this lifestyle. So we all have parts. We all have blame in it, like we raw do. It is what it is, fam. Do you get me? So now there's something that I see online that irritates me when I see people say, "Yo, free my man, free this man, free that man, free that man," and I sit and I think, "Yo, why are you saying that when, like, you guys encourage this person to live this lifestyle that keeps them in jail, that keeps putting them in jail? Like, you're on about free my man." Do you get what I'm trying to say? You ain't no help. You ain't brethrens because you're encouraging them to live this lifestyle. That's the reality of it, fam. Do you get me? So just in sense of that, it's like we need to start looking at it different because that's how real it is.
Tell me about your prison time. The first time you went in, you was 18.
Yeah.
Scared? Nah.
Honestly, when I was on the bus, I was raw a bit shook, fam. I ain't never been in jail before. And you know what? I was a wild one. I was terrorizing the place, fam. Like, yo, now I'm going jail. All right, see? Shit's gonna get real. But obviously, once you get there, you get settled in, it's like, all right, get your little job and that. You get me? So it's what it is, fam.
What's it like in prison?
Honestly, horrible. It's horrible. Disgusting. I hate it. like I hate jail.
Why?
I like to be free. Like I don't know. Like it's being free. I like to be free. I can't do that. I'm not a man to jail. And you know, when I go to jail, I'm like every day I need to go home. I need to go home. Trust me. I'm not settling in. I ain't settling in, blood. I could be there for 2 years. I ain't settling in this bitch. I need to go home today. You get me? Obviously, I get on with it and I do my thing. I just shit. You get me? And do you know what? If you know how to carry yourself in prison, bro, if you know how to carry yourself and you know how to move, you're nice, blood. It's the man that don't know how to carry themselves and go on like idiots or go on like they're tough guys. And, you know what I'm trying to say?
What happens to guys like that?
I think then you just draw in energy for yourself and that. You get what I'm trying to say? Like it's just one of them ones.
What kind of stuff were you seeing in prison then? Because we spoke to a few people on the pod, and the maddest story I've heard is when Ty Mitchell was talking about someone got stabbed in his neck, ran down the landing with the with the shanks in his neck, and just some.
I'll be honest. I ain't really seen no madness like that in jail, blood. Blood. I'll go jail, blood. I get on in the enhanced wings fast, nice.
What's the enhanced wings?
Like it's where you get the cushy thing and you get a bit more than everyone else. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to chill. Get my bird. I'm not trying to get no extra days. Like there's times when you can get man can get a phone in their cell. I think, blood, I don't want this shit, blood. Yo, I'm mad. I want to go home. Man are getting phones in their cell. They're getting caught. They're getting 28 extra days on their sentence. They're down the block for a bit. They come out from the block. A week later, they got a next phone. I'm like, you man ain't trying to go home, blood. Oh, no, man, I ain't trying to, like, for real, you're not trying to, I'll tell man, for real, you're not trying to go home, blood. Blood, I need to go home, blood.
Your auntie's house, you don't like, man. Like, I'm trying to go home,
blood. I'm saying to my blood, I just need to go home, blood. Serious, blood. I'm not into it, fam. I'm not into it. I don't like it. It's horrible. It's dirty. For one, it's dirty. Even you can clean your cell and that, but it's still dirty to my living. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I live good, blood. It's dirty, blood. It's nasty. You got people, you get banged up behind your cell at one time. If you need a toilet roll, you have to, boss, give me some toilet roll. You want to, I ain't on that, blood. I'm a king, you know, blood. Kings cannot live like that, blood. I'm a true king. King in the heart, everything, spirit. Yeah. I can't live like that.
So funny, you know. If you had one kid sitting in front of you right now and he's thinking, yeah, I'm hard, I'm going to prison. What's that one picture you would paint to him to say, nah, you're not ready for this?
I don't know, bro. To be honest, I'm not even painting no picture. I'm saying, yo, if you want to go to jail, blood, go and do you're gonna see what it's like, fam. Like jail's not nice, blood. It's horrible, bro. It's raw, horrible, blood. And I know some, not just to say I can chill and be like, you know, be like, what? In my soul, this gotta go home, blood. Mm-hmm. Trust me, I gotta go home. I ain't on staying in jail, blood. I hate it. It's horrible. I like to be free. I like gal. I like women, blood. It's mad. Like I like women. I like, you know what I'm saying? I like life. Like I like life. I like living. I like being free to do what I want. I like to be moving forward and elevating. That's not that. Yo, I can't get used to it. I'll be honest.
So. Hear this?
And I've been jailed bare times.
I was literally about to say, you came out and I'm sure you went back in.
Yeah, bare times, but I've been jailed bare times.
What did you go in for?
Every time I go, I'm still like that. I'm like, I need to go home, blood. I'm still like that, blood. I need to go home, blood. But obviously, when I hit the road, it's like, this is, you know what it is? It's a lot of time. And enough people would say this, when you get out, after 2 weeks, you forget about that shit. You got to get back into the swing of shit. Like, you raw got to get back into the swing of shit. And whatever you know at that time to do or to get with, that's what you're gonna do more time. Some people, it's like obviously some people it scares them and you don't go back. But you know,
so
I'm a bit I'm fearless. I know you can't scare me like that. I'm just smart.
What did you go in for the other times?
Dangerous driving, loads, offensive weapons, like class A's. I've never really been in for no violence. That's the worst thing about it. I've been in for tools, offensive weapons, and all that shit. Loads of knives. I've been in jail for knives a couple of times. Kidnapped once. So I've done quite a few.
Why?
That I was on remand. In all fairness, I was on remand, blood. When like I got a bit done over still. Got drawn into some bullshit. So I was on remand for a while. I got we came out, bus case, found not guilty. because you know that wasn't even the case. We just got done over, and because of, and the thing is, I only went to jail because of who I was at that time. Like if it was anyone else, they would have got bail, but the 5-0 weren't giving me bail. Like, and I didn't even get arrested in Birmingham. I got arrested in London. So and my solicitor told me at the time, he says, "Yo, you lot weren't getting bail from here. The police they put us on Cat A. Like we never killed no one. There wasn't even no firearms or no guns involved. They put us on Cat A. Like it was mad. And they thought they got some like big time gangsters. They got me, blood. They got look at me, blood. You get me? At that point in time, anyway, I was like raving, and I thought
Raving.
like I was hot. Like I was like
He was outside.
Police's most wanted. One of them anyway, at least. I was a defo at near the top of the list.
Police's most wanted.
I was near the top of the list. You know what I'm saying?
How do you get to Police's most wanted?
Because we was active. We was hella active, fam. We was active. We was doing the most. You know what I'm saying? If you was around me, you know the thing about it, if you was around me, you was doing the most, because if you weren't, you can't be around me. That's what I was. I didn't even I weren't even on having man around me that weren't really doing the most, weren't really on it like that. Like I was doing, and when man used to come, I said, "Bro, stop bringing this man around, but my man's not on it, fam. Don't bring my man around."
So when you say you're active, you're on it. What were you doing?
Gang banging, like not sexually, but gang banging, like you know what I'm saying.
Didn't even think about that.
We're doing everything, blood, everything. Like when you think of gang banging, what does it make you think
So
of?
when I think of gang bang, I'm thinking busting shots, kidnappings.
We never done no kidnapping.
Possible knife fight, metal fencing.
Yeah, just it's just mad.
I just think postcode
just
war.
attacking man,
Johnny's versus Burger Boys.
attacking man, robbing man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to get off on we have to 10 toes, ducking shots. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
Did you
everything I got arrested for, got found guilty for.
Did you ever have like a near-death experience where you thought,
But I've never, you know what it was? I've had loads, but it weren't. It weren't like, oh shit. It was like, yo, whatever. Let's go.
What do you mean?
Let's go. It's like, whatever, innit? Sit down and speak about it for half an hour. Because it becomes so regular. You get decent. Like, I was getting shot from when I was 16, fam. I'm like, that's not going to be, like, when I'm in my 20s and that's still happening, it's been happening for years. Like, that's normality. It becomes normality.
You ever been hit?
No. Luckily, most high. You know what I'm saying?
You mentioned early you had an American family member come down.
Teachers had to rap.
Yeah. Is that why you got your American style?
I'm gonna say no, and you know why? Because at that point in time, there weren't no rappers. When I started rapping, there weren't no UK rappers. We were the first. This is what everyone needs to know, blood.
And that video was an OG video.
Yeah, so
still.
funny enough.
I started rapping. I started hardball. I started rapping way before hardball. I rapped on stage when Naughty by Nature was here in 1993, 1992. I didn't stop rapping. In fact, I stopped rapping for a bit, and you know what I started doing? I started DJing, doing the Yardman thing. I started making Yardman lyrics because I was around Soundman. So that's how I continued the music. I started doing dub plates. So beer, the old school DJs and the old school sound, they used to got my beer dub plates from back in the day. I used to kill it. My dub plates used to mash dance, you get what I'm trying to say? So that Yardman thing. So I used to do Yardman. Even one time I used to clash. I used to do sound clash. The Soundman them used to bring me, yo, come and clash. And this and that. I used to go on stage and clash. So that carried on. Then, obviously, I started listening to hip hop. Gangster rap, like when I started listening to gangster rap, that's when I started actually rapping. Do you get me? And even then, you have to realize, them days there, people were rapping, but it was hip hop. It was rap. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But no one was doing kill this nigga bloody up, this and messy gut and doing some gang shit. And no one was doing that. No one was doing no gangster shit.
Just giving me Snap Capone kind of vibes.
Yeah. No one was doing that.
Oh, no one was doing Snack Capone.
No.
Because he's
Not even Snack Capone. No one was doing
I'm
gangs. No one was
bare
rapping
murders.
and doing gangs and talking gangster shit. Talking about shooting, man. Talking about doing this. Talking about selling drugs. No one was doing that. And that's why I started. And I first started talking about killing people and doing the shooting and this and that. That's what I first started talking about. I was young then. I was still in school. I wasn't shooting, man. Then I wasn't bossing gun. Then I wasn't doing that. Then you know what I'm trying to say. But I was rapping it hard, nuts. I used to make tapes, record the tapes on my tape deck, yeah, and send it round. Man, used to have copies of my tapes before the phones. Before you could get songs on your phone, man, I used to have the copies of my tape, and I used to perform a lot. So I used to do shows. I used to do loads of shows. Used to mash down shows. Wallace Lawler, the drum before the legacy.
Back in Newtown.
Yeah, but not the Slash one. I did that bare times back in the day. Like I used to tear it down. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that was kind of where I started actually rapping in terms of gangster rap. You get me?
What made you want to do that music video, if you can call
Which
it
music video?
Just a Dream, the
I was
freestyle.
just messing around, bro. Man
Because I
was
just thought,
ramping.
yo, that's some sick
Man were just-
documentation still.
Man were just ramping, bro. That was just a normal thing at them point in time. Do you know the worst thing about it? At that time there, I was trying to do YouTube.
See, sir.
YouTube weren't going in then, but I used to roll with my camera and I was doing content.
What year was that? It says 17 years ago.
I was doing content then. I used to have a camera before these
Like
cameras.
2006, 2005?
Probably, yeah. 2005, 2006. I had my thing called KillerCon TV. I had KillerCon TV. I was the first man doing this shit, blood. I was the first man doing this shit, blood, when we're talking about YouTube and TVs and this. I was the first man doing this shit, KillerCon TV, blood. And we was just doing bare gang shit. I used to just film bare gang shit and put it on there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like that, and that's way after I was doing gangster rap. Because I was rapping on my own before Slash was formed when I was young, and I was still performing because people knew I could rap. They used to give me a shout out. There's a performance here. I come perform, or there's a performance here. One time, one brother brought me to Handswork Carnival, and that's not. I performed in Handswork Carnival when we did Footprints, but when I was older, like about 14. There was a stage, Cash Rex. Now, these are the rappers of them days. These were rappers, hip-hop rappers, Cash Rex and all there. But there was enough man from Brum. Obviously, a man's brought me. I've come in with my hood on, this and that. Started doing my thing. Everyone, place went mad. But I'm doing gangster shit at that point in time. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm doing West Coast, because that's what I'm listening to, Master P and all that. And that's what I'm listening to. So I'm doing that. And I'll be honest, I wasn't rating I wasn't rating the UK sound because that's not what I was listening to. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when you ask the question, is because of the guy from America, is that why? Because at my time, I weren't rating that. I'll be honest. And remember, I come from Raga, Bashment. So when man are chatting Bashment, man are chatting in a Yardie accent. So if I'm knowing, I'm still writing. But now I want to write raps. Let me start writing my own raps. So I'm doing it in the same form or the same way that I did the Bashment the Bashment thing. You get me?
Yeah.
And and the performance, like I never stopped performing. Anywhere I could perform, I perform, and I kind of made a name for myself doing that. Do you get what I'm trying to? Just doing that, so people could hear, this little you can rap. At that point in time, that's before I was even Zimbo. That's when I was still Zimbo. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Nah, real shit. That's before I became Zim. You know what I'm trying to say? Like really? That's when I was still Zimbo. I was only young then. I was young.
So let me ask you, what actually made you want to change? After going through all of that, the person who you are now is just completely different. Like when I met you, I just thought, standard. Like maybe a bit of history, not this much.
I'm glad. That's how it's supposed to be. But you know the worst thing about it?
What?
You wanna know the wickedest thing? And then I'll talk about the change. Even when I was in that, if you didn't hear about it or know at that point in time, you'd still think that meeting me and talking to me.
What's that?
I was really a good youth. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I grew up with manners and respect. I still respect my elders now. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm old school. I grew up with manners and respect. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And probably that's why I've got so far in in everything I'm doing, even with the gangster shit. Like, I used to get looked after by the elders, but it's because I had bare manners and respect. I got respect for the elders. I look at them like bigger brothers. So I used to get bare love. And obviously because I'm badness, I was a real youth as well. Do you get me? Like, man, no, I'm a real youth. Man can even call me and I'm there, rapid. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so it was that as well. But at the same time, like, I've always had that. Like, I've never been, you know, if you ever meet me, unless we've got funk or there's something that happens, then you're not going to get that energy off me. You're going to think, oh, my man. You're not going to think that. You know what I'm trying to say? 'Cause I'm actually a good youth.
So moving towards the change.
Yeah.
What moment was that you decided to change your
It
life?
wasn't, you know what? It wasn't one moment. It's a journey, bro. It's a journey. It's a whole journey. You know, things just, I think I just became unhappy with the outcomes of my life. That's the reality of it. I became unhappy with the outcomes of my life. And obviously I've got my youths, I've got children now. And maybe that's having I got responsibility, maybe that's having a little bit of an impact, but I became unhappy. Like, my life wasn't the way I wanted it to be, or the way I thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? My life's like that now. And in fact, but it wasn't like that then. It was far away from it, blood. It was in and out of jail, losing friends, no job, man, just hustling. No, you know what I'm trying to say, man, just hustling out here, hustling. If we're not hustling, we're robbing, we're doing, like, it's mad. It's crazy. It's not a life, bro. And when you get older, you actually start to see, blood, some waste man thing. Like, you wasted be a year's while gone. Now you start to think, this is like, you have to think, man, we're doing that when we're 15, 16. We're just doing the same thing, probably just a bit bigger, a bit more dangerous, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Same shit. Like, there's no elevation, there's no growth in it. So, man, are gonna actually start to think that, what, go on? And it I just started to think that, bro. I became unhappy with the outcomes. I'd been jailed 6, 7, 5 times by that point. Because even through the transition, I went to jail twice after that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I became unhappy, and then I started to learn. I started to learn because I needed to know. I wanted to know how was I gonna change my life. I literally started to learn. Went on a journey. Then it became a journey of learning. Do you get me?
And the journey of learning. What are some of the stuff you learned that progresses you to the man you are in front of us?
Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna go right back. Even so, because there was a point where I started to feel like that, and maybe I thought I wanted to learn how to change my life and this and that. And I read the book The Secret, and I watched the DVD. But obviously it was like I didn't have no understanding of what it was talking about, but it sounded good, you get me? And then I kind of just left it and just continued. So do you know what? I'm talking to you now. You know what? You know when I watched that was the time I made that tune. My whole family live in Handsworth. You know what I'm saying? At the time I made it tune, and I'm saying, yo, blood, it don't matter if you're from Handsworth, you know, come fuck with the man, then you get what I'm saying. So at that point in time there, I was unhappy with my life in terms of, beer jail, man have been jailed beer times, losing beer friends. Today I could have 20 bags on the table. This is my money, and tomorrow I could be in jail. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's real like that. I have to check, like, it's mad. Like, life's just a mess. Like, and I've got children now. What's going down? You know what I'm trying to say? They're gonna grow. You know what I'm trying to say? So I literally started to, I just weren't happy with my position in life. I needed to change it. And I thought, let me start learning. How do I change it? So I started to learn, fam. I started to look into, so I looked in The Secret, but after that I carried on doing my thing. Then I got a couple years down the line, maybe a year and a half or 2 years, I got put on some mad restrictions, fam. Like, I'm on tag. I have to sign on at a police station twice a day. I'm banned from everywhere. I can only go, like, I got a 5-mile radius from where I live, where I can go. I can't go nowhere. Shut down. You know what I'm trying to say? And that was for a period. So then I spent that time doing bare research, learning. You know what I'm trying to say? First, I started learning about the law of the land and free man. I found that interesting. So I started to learn about that, free man on the land and the law of the land, maritime law, this and that, the birth certificate. I started to learn about all that stuff there. Do you get me? Then around about the same time, I started looking at things like David Icke books and bare little different kind of books and this and that. Then I started looking into spirituality. Like I was just looking into loads of different things.
Is that what the name Free Zimbo comes from?
Zimbo Freemind.
Freemind.
Yeah, around about them times there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I started looking into spirituality and the mind and this and that. And that's probably been my biggest interest. The mind, character, reality, how reality shapes and this and that. That's probably been my biggest interest that I picked up. I started to learn all of that stuff. And that started to kind of show me where I came from, how I got into that predicament, I had the journey and how I could change it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It kind of brought it, as I started to learn, it kind of started to give me an understanding, big understanding. And then, you know, I started to learn about our own history as a people. Do you get me? I started to learn about our own. These are the times when I started rolling with Rev and working with.
I was literally about to say that makes sense, you know.
These are the stem times when I started working with Rev and that. Yeah. And them man used to start talking to me about, yo, do you know who we are as a people? And you know, we come from a nation and we have a tribe and this and that and and they started talking to me about it. And obviously, I'm getting my own knowledge now, so we're getting into these conversations, but I can't get into this conversation. I don't know about this. I thought, what you're saying sounds viable. But if that's the case, how did we go from being those people to being known as the N-word and being Negro or black or whatever? How did that happen? You know what I'm saying to say? And I couldn't, even though it kind of resonated with me, you know what I'm trying to say, in terms of the history, but there was no connection for me. So I did my own research, you get what I'm trying to say?
And what did you find in your own
research? I went ham, I'll be honest, I went ham. I looked into the history. I've got books on my laptop.
Are you talking like Willie Lynch and all them books there?
Nah, I'm talking about the history of the original people of the book. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm talking about the history of the original people of the book. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep still.
Nah, real shit. That's that history there. The 12 tribes. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Those original people. And I started to look into it, and I started to look into how the slave trade, that transatlantic slave trade started, who was taken in the transatlantic slave trade. And then it all connected. It all connected when it started to see, the transatlantic slave trade was actually initiated by Portugal and Spain. What was going on in Portugal and Spain at the time? They were sending Sephardic Jews to New Guinea, Africa, and the slave coast to be sold as slaves through the Inquisition. So a lot of things started to kick in and make sense. And that shit gave me power, I'll be honest. That shit kind of, it built my character, as well as the knowledge that I was learning through spirituality. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I stopped seeing myself as the N-word, and I started to see myself as a king, fam. Like, real shit. And that don't mean I'm king over anybody else, but me and mine, my home, yeah, and myself. Yeah. So I started to see myself as like that. And that kind of helped me to make that, the knowledge, the things that I was learning, and I'm still learning now. And maybe I don't do as much research now, but that's because I'm doing a lot of work. It's mad. My whole thing's changed. You know what I'm trying to say? Now, I'm working on beer different things. You know what I'm saying? I need help. I need support. So anyone wants to come and throw some hands in, hit me up. You get me? So I'm working on beer different things. It's the knowledge and the stuff that I've learned has allowed me to grow as a person, but then also be able to teach others and be an example to others through because I teach people through my own experience. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. But then now I've also done the research to take away my own experience and teach how certain things really are. You get me?
All the stuff that you've done in your past, do you have regret for any of it right now?
No. Sorry, I apologize, but I don't. And that's because at the end of the day, fam, like, boy, like, if you understand, then you understand, fam. We're man are programmed. I don't blame the youths for moving how they're moving. They've been programmed. They're being programmed, and if we continue to allow them to be programmed, and we're not programming them, this is what we're gonna keep seeing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I can't have regrets, bro. Once it's happened, it's happened. I gotta move on with it and carry on and live because of it. I can't sit down and have to do the regretful thing. I'm a G, bro. Maybe I regret sometimes if I've spoke to someone a certain type of way. I regret it. I have to apologize. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like I regret things like that. But in terms of looking back at my past now and saying, do I regret any of it? Like, do you know? Like, it's made me who I am. That's for my personal. If I in terms of, do I regret losing all the people that I've lost? Yeah, that's a matter.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? That's a matter. I'm gonna change the world because of them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm gonna change the world because of all of them. Like, real shit. If I could leave anyone with anything, is that, yo, your way of thinking will define the outcomes of your life. That's the most important thing I've learned throughout this journey. Your way of thinking will define the outcomes of your life, and you can see it through my own journey. Because I give you an example. I was in jail, sitting in jail, and I'm reading this book, and the book says, yo, you're not a product of your environment. Your environment is a product of you. Now, I've always grew up with the thinking, I'm a product of my environment. I say it in my bars, I'm a product of my environment. Now, I'm sitting in jail and I'm saying, hold on, if my environment's a product of me, I'm looking around at the jail wall cells and thinking, how the fuck am I in here, fam? How am I in here if this is a product of me? For days I'm sitting down evaluating this thing, how? Then I realized, fam, it raw was, because when I was 14, 15, who did I want to be like? Old dog from Menace to Society. So something, my thinking was shaped, yeah? My thinking was shaped, but at that point in time, I wasn't that person. I became that person because that became my mindset. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Now, when I was going through the transition, what I actually did was consciously change my way of thinking based on where I want to be in life. Let me say that again. To actually get where I want to do now and make that transition, I had to consciously change the way I think based on where I want to be in life. And that's all I've done. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It don't matter what your circumstances. So that's the next thing. Like you can come from, because fam, I've been most wanted in many different eras by many different organizations, police, crews, gangs, and by doing what I've done, that has everything has totally changed. Everything has totally changed. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So, again, your way of thinking defines where you're going to go in life.
I appreciate you coming down, Zimbo.
Thanks for coming.
Big Zim.
All right, listen. All right, for people that don't know, come here, Rev knows this. Me and Rev will talk about this. You see the tune, in this life you live, you're in and you're out, not half step in the thing, rude boy, you're down. About to start some shit. Too many fools talking. I say in the bar, saying I got a little change. I said something, hold on. They said I got a little crazy. It might be the church. Hey, the way I gotta stop and get it. Many men I wish they upon me like I was 50 Cent. See me in a hot car key. Now who's gonna dead? Niggas talking to the feds and man still firms them. It's madness. Everything's changed. All right. Yeah, niggas talking to the feds and man still firms them. It's madness. Everything's changed in Birmingham. Who these 21 niggas? I ain't even heard of them. But they're up in LON talking about their murderers. I was talking about Rev and that. Yeah, Rev knows. But Rev's my brother, fam. Rev's family blood. Don't get it twisted. I'll die for that, brother. Don't get it twisted. I'll die for that, brother. Vice versa. You get what I'm trying to say? But we run jokers there, yeah. Them, you know what? Them times there, them man were kind of killing it still. And we hadn't put out nothing for a minute. You get what I'm trying to say? These man are doing tunes on the London man and that foot now. Yo, fuck these man blood. So I threw that in my bar. You know what I'm saying? But after that, I didn't hear from them again for a bit. They didn't make no music for a little bit. I chat to them all time, my brother ever.